Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a story time about my time when I was employed. So let's start off with a really good story. So I used to work at this place. Let's call it knockoff CVS. How about that? So at this knockoff CVS, they sold pills and they had a whole retail section. I worked up in a retail section. I was a good old cashier. My time as a cashier was very interesting. I had so many wonderful people come up to me and like greet me each day. But then there was the other group, the ones who hated the sunrise, wanted to kick puppies, whatever. Those group they hated me for some reason. They despised my existence. I remember one time this girl was coming up to the cash register. She was over here like, where are my Newports? Where are my Newports?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, hi miss. Which?" And then she was like, "Nah, I want that green one right there." And let me tell you, we didn't have any green Newports at the time, so I knew she didn't want Newports. So I was like, "Hey miss, can you point them out for me?" And she was like, "So you one of them stupid ones, ain't you?" And I was like, "What?" And then she was like, "Yeah, you one of them stupid colorblind people." First of all, wild. I am a little colorblind, but not like I could tell what green is. I'm not that colorblind. It was crazy because she kept going on and on about how this new generation is just so stupid they can't tell colors apart, which is really wild. That's like saying, like, this new generation, if they eat peanuts, they'll explode. All these peanut allergies. Like, it's crazy. So I just was like, "Miss, are you okay? Like, are you safe to be on like the road? Are you safe to be walking even?" And she was like, "Shut up, stupid." And I was like, "Excuse me? What is wrong with you today?" Because I've had her before. Yeah, she was a regular. She really loved Newports, but I don't know. That day she was just off. I mean, we never really said hi, never really had a conversation. So I guess like I don't know. I was seeing her regularly, but yeah. After a while, she kept yelling, "Green, green, give me green." And I was like, "Miss, there's so many green cigarettes. Pretty sure there was a green Marlboro. There's an NTX. There was American Spirit. There's one with an eagle on it, the most patriotic stuff I've ever seen." And she just kept yelling about green, green, green. And I was over here like, "Miss, green what?" And she just yelled, "Cigarettes, cigarettes." And I was like, I don't get paid for this. And she was like, "You get paid to deal with me." And I was like, "No, I get paid to stand here and cashier." And then she was like, "I don't care what you get paid for. Just hand me green cigarettes." So what I did, I unlocked the cigarette case and got her green American Spirits. And she went berserk. She started yelling, like tossing gum, just throwing a tantrum. And then she stormed off. And one of my assistant's managers walked up. They were just like, I don't know, spectating this whole thing, freaking third partying. I don't know what they were doing. They just walked up from nowhere. They just spawned in there like, "Hey, you dealt with that well." And I looked at them like they were crazy because I did not deal with that at all. She just completely broke down and had a meltdown. Like none of that was me. I was just trying to do my job. Yeah. Another customer that flipped out over cigarettes was some old man. Yeah. So at my job, we started needing to see everyone's ID, even if you look like actual ancient fossils. If you just got dug up from an ancient temple and you're a mummy that got resurrected, I would still need to see your ID. That's how our job worked. Especially for me, since I don't even think I was 18 yet. I think I was like around 16, 17. It was like when I was first starting out. This guy came up to me. He was like, "Hey, give me a Marlboro Reds and one of them gold ones. Yeah, the marble golds." And I was like, "Yes, sir." So I unlocked the case, grabbed the two cigarettes, and handed them to him. And I said the fateful words that every customer hates hearing: "Sir, can I see your ID?" When I tell you this man acted like a child, he acted like a child. He was like, "My ID? You do not need to see my ID. Look at me. Look at my hair. It's gray." And for context, I also have white hair. So I said, and I don't know why I said this. I said, same here. Do you think I'm like 40 or something? He just started huffing and puffing like he was Thomas the Tank Engine. He got so mad. He was like he couldn't even get out a word. He just started like seizing. And at this point, the line was getting pretty backed up. At my job, we had something called like a, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. Like, it's if 3 people were in line, we need to call someone else up there to help check them out. So I called them up there. They helped. This guy stood seething for like 6 people. And let me tell you, in my job, for some reason, there's people treating our little like general store like an HEB. Like they were over here buying milk, bread. They had like 2 full shopping carts. I just don't know how you stay mad for that long at all. But yeah, after a while, he's like, "Fine, you can see my ID." Because he kept like being like, "So you're really not gonna let me go out with these cigarettes without seeing my ID? You know, I could just take them right now." And I was like, "Sir, you do that, you're not allowed back in here. I promise you that." So he showed me his ID in the worst way possible. First, he whipped out his ID like it was poison. He only showed me a corner of it, keeping it as far away from me as possible. And I was like, "Sir, you think I'm trying to check the plastic quality? Let me see the birth age." So he showed me the birth age, but covered everything else up. So I was like, "Sir, just it's for the cameras. I can't, like, I need to see your full ID." So then he showed me it by literally putting it up once and then flicking it down, and I was like, "Whatever. Yeah, I saw it." And he was like, "Wait, did you really? Okay, what's my name then?" And I sighed so loud because one of my assistant managers were across the way, and I was like, "I think I forgot, sir. I'm gonna need to see your ID again." And he got mad once again. But luckily, my assistant manager was there this time and actually helped. Was useful. They're like, sir, please, you're making too much of a riot." Let me tell you, if with a mad customer, you never want to say, "Sir, calm down." That's like telling your girlfriend, "What, you're on your period or something?" It just adds gasoline to the hydrogen bomb. It's not a good idea. So he just started yelling more, the usual. And he was on about just like, "Oh, I fought in wars. I did this," which I can guarantee you, man never fought in a war. Bro looked like a Reddit mod in his AD. Bro looked like a slight cough could kill him. Guarantee you he never fought in wars. Like, I don't know how to describe him. He just looked like right when the recruiter pulled up, they opened the door and he immediately got in a wheelchair and started going, "Duh!" But yeah. So eventually he did give over his ID. I looked at it. I was like, "Okay, I can confirm you're only 60. It wasn't that hard." Really rough 60, by the way. But yeah. Sold him his cigarettes. He left. Yeah, no, he came back in the next day. Um, it was very interesting because he had a whole change of attitude. He showed me his ID and everything, and he kept coming in every single day I was working. I don't know if he was just a chain smoker, like he bought a pack every single day, but yeah, he just kept coming in, and eventually he was actually pretty decent. Hey, to all y'all out there, if you be decent once, like, we'll remember you. We'll remember that. Yeah, there was just so many people at my job. Some of them actually made, like, there's this one lady who always came in, and she showed me like a penny a week and told me how that penny was valuable because of an error on it. She was the coolest. Like, she was amazing. Like, one time she was like, "Yeah, my daughter doesn't want me to tell anyone about this. Like, she says keep it to yourself." And I was like, "That's very noble you're doing that." And she was like, "Yeah, I mean, like, if someone finds it and they don't know, you're just cheating them out and you're not going to get it. Like, just tell them, you know?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's based. Yeah." Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I do miss the customers and everything, but yeah. I guess another funny work story I could tell, just to cap today's video off. Oh, I hope you enjoy the Cheria video game in the background. I decided instead of doing like all that boring stuff on camera and then eventually just cutting it out anyways, I'll just take a time, chill, film, test out maybe my new mic too. Hey, tell me if this sounds good. But yeah, take time, chill, film, and just tell a story, tell a story or two. Because even though I'm young, I still got stories to tell. You know. But yeah. Another funny thing at my work. One time, for no reason, remember we were like smaller than the CVS. That's why I'm saying like discount CVS. We had a toy aisle, right? Tell me why. we got these big Barbie playhouses that we needed to remove 3 shelves, and the shelving in our store were removable. So like we needed to remove like 3 shelves to make one just giganormous shelf to hold like 2 Barbie playhouses. And it was crazy because we had to carry them back and forth in the store, which was already a lot. But I didn't know there was a barcode on the outside because the box was like a gray box that just looked like it was a shipping box, and we're supposed to open those. So one time a customer was like, "Hey, how much is this?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean, I could open the box for you." So what I did, dug my hand into the box, ripped it open, and a bunch of Barbie figurines started spilling out. And I was like, "Oh no!" And then I saw, just a few inches away from my hand, the barcode was ripped clean in half. I had to call one of my favorite assistant managers over there. I'll call her the dope lady. I had to call the dope lady over there. Oh, I call her that because she's dope, not because she does dope. I think she did. I don't know. But yeah, she was cool. Had to call her over there, and she said the worst thing possible. She was like, "Oh no." And I was like, "Oh no." So we quickly tried to patch the box up and like hide it because, if I got in trouble, she got in trouble because our store had that, that rule. But yeah, it was funny. It was fun. Yeah, we ended up hiding that box for so long, it never got sold in time, and now it's at 99% markdown. So if you want to go to any store that's like a discount CVS, you might find a Barbie doll house that's worth like $1. That was originally worth 400. By the way, expensive. I don't know who'd be buying Barbie doll houses anymore for 400. But yeah, anyways, I gotta go grind on Marvel Rivals. So yeah, see you all in the next one. Bye bye, and stay safe, gangsters.